Did you know the emergence of coelomates facilitated the evolution of larger and more complex organisms? What? Need to know what coelomates are? Watch the video until the end for the answer to this question and many other fascinating facts about organisms like unicellular animals, sponges, and cavity animals. Unicellular organisms. Unicellular animals or protozoa consist of only one cell and do not have specialized tissues or organs. Habitats. They are found in various habitats including freshwater, marine environments, soil, and even within other organisms. Common unicellular animals. Some common examples of unicellular animals include amoebas, paramecia, euglenas, and dinoflagellates. Characteristics. Unicellular animals perform all the necessary functions for life within a cell. Obtaining food. Unicellular animals can obtain their food in various ways. Some are photosynthetic, using sunlight to create energy through photosynthesis. Some by consuming other organisms or organic matter. Others switch between these two methods according to their environment. Reproduction. Unicellular animals also have a variety of reproductive strategies. Some species reproduce asexually through cell division. Others reproduce sexually by exchanging genetic material with other individuals. Sponges. Sponges are a diverse group of aquatic animals characterized by their simple body plan and lack of specialized tissue or organs. Types. Sponges are classified into three main classes based on their skeletal composition. Calcareous sponges. They have a skeleton made of calcium carbonate. Glass sponges. Glass sponges have a skeleton made of silica. Demosponges. Demosponges have a skeleton made of spongin fibers or both spongin fibers and silica. Size and length. Sponges come in a wide range of sizes from just a few millimeters to over 2 meters 6.6 feet in length. The largest sponge species is the deep sea sponge known as the harvest sponge, which can grow up to 3 meters 10 feet long. Biology. Sponges have a straightforward body plan consisting of two layers of cells separated by a jelly-like layer. This layer contains amoeboid cells, skeletal elements, and other structures. Outer layer. The outer layer, the epidermis, is composed of flattened cells covering the sponge's surface. Inner layer. The inner layer comprises of leather-like cells which create water currents that bring food and oxygen to the sponge. Cavity animals. Animals with fluid-filled spaces inside their bodies that hold and protect their internal organs are called cavity animals. Some of these animals are worms, mollusks, arthropods, echinoderms, vertebrates. Types of animal cavities. Animals are divided into three types according to the kind of cavities: coelomates, pseudocoelomates, acoelomates. Coelomates. Coelomates are a group of animals possessing a coelom, a fluid-filled body cavity completely lined by a mesoderm. Coelomates can be further divided into two subgroups: protostomes and durostomes. Protostomes. Protostomes include animals such as arthropods, mollusks, and annelids. They develop their coelom from the mesoderm in the early stages of embryonic development. Their coelom is typically filled with a fluid called hypolymph. The coelom is protostomes acts as a hydrostatic skeleton, providing support and enabling movement. It also serves as a space for internal organs to move and grow without interfering with other organs. Deuterostomes. Deuterostomes include animals such as echinoderms, chordates, and hemichordates. They develop their coelom later in embryonic development. Deuterostome coeloms are typically lined with a cilia layer that helps move fluid and nutrients around the body. In addition to providing support and space for organs to move and grow, the coelom in deuterostomes also plays a role in circulation and gas exchange. Coelom also aids reproduction, especially in hermaphroditic animals. It also carries stem cells which can differentiate into different cell types to replace damaged or lost tissues, allowing coelomate animals to regenerate. Pseudocoelomates. Pseudocoelomates are a group of animals that possess a body cavity called a pseudocoelom, partially lined by a mesoderm and partially by endoderm. The pseudocoelom is not an actual body cavity as it does not develop from the mesoderm-like coelom. Pseudocoelomates include animals such as nematodes, rotifers, and tardigrades. The pseudocolumn performs some functions similar to the column, such as providing space for organ growth and movement and supporting movement. However, it is not as complex as a true column and has relatively limited functions. For example, it does not provide the same level of support and protection as a column and may not be involved in gas exchange or circulation to the same extent. Acolumnates. Acolumnates do not have a column or cavity between the digestive tract and their body wall. Instead, their body is solid and filled with mesodermal tissue surrounding their internal organs. The mesodermal tissue is used for support and as a site for muscle attachment. Since acolumnates lack a fluid-filled body cavity, their digestive, circulatory, and excretory systems are much simpler than those of animals with a true column. Nutrients, gases, and waste products are transported by diffusion through the animal's tissues. Acolumnates also lack a specialized respiratory system and rely on diffusion to exchange gases with their environment. Their simple body structure allows them to live in various habitats, including freshwater, marine environments, and land. Worms. Worms are a diverse group of animals known for their elongated, soft, and cylindrical bodies that lack limbs, antennae, and eyes. Worms can be coelomates, pseudocoelomates, and acoelomates. Coelomate worms. Earthworms and leeches are coelomate worms. Their bodies are divided into segments, each containing coelom. Pseudocoelomate worms. Roundworms, spiny-headed worms, and horsehair worms are some pseudocoelomate worms. Acoelomate worms. Most flatworms are acoelomates. They are often flat and have a ribbon-like body shape. Examples of flatworms that are acoelomates include planarians, tapeworms, and flukes. Acoelomate worm adaptations. Acoelomate worms such as flatworms have evolved adaptations to survive without a fluid-filled body cavity. Some of these adaptations include flattened body shape, gastrovascular cavity, flame cells. Mollusks. Mollusks are invertebrate animals that include diverse organisms such as snails, slugs, clams, oysters, octopuses, and squid. Mollusks are found in marine, freshwater, and terrestrial habitats. They are known for their soft bodies, typically covered by a hard shell in many species. Coelomatic classification. Some mollusks like octopuses, squid, and snails possess a true coelom, while those like clams, oysters, and chitons have a reduced or absent coelom. Coelom functions and adaptations. Coelom functions the same way in octopuses, squid, and snails as other coelomic animals. Clams and oysters have a modified coelom called a hemocoel, a large cavity filled with hemolymph. This fluid circulates throughout the body. The hemocoel supports the soft body, enabling bivalves to move and burrow in sediment. Chitons have a more complex body structure consisting of 8 overlapping calcareous plates forming a protective shell. Their pseudocolumn provides some structural support and serves as a circulatory system, transporting nutrients and gases throughout the body. Arthropods. Arthropods are diverse invertebrates including insects, spiders, crustaceans, and others. They have segmented bodies, jointed legs, and a hard exoskeleton made of chitin. Functions of coelom. Arthropods have an open circulatory system. Their blood is not always contained within blood vessels. Instead, it flows through a series of interconnected spaces called sinuses. Sinuses bathe the organs and tissues with oxygen and nutrients. Hemocoel makes the body cavity of arthropods. It surrounds the internal organs and contains the hemolymph. It is located between the outer body wall and the inner organs, connected to the heart and other blood vessels by small openings called ostia. The heart's pumping and the body's muscular movements circulate the hemolymph. The hemocoel also plays a role in the immune system of arthropods. Hemocytes, specialized blood cells circulating through the hemocoel, defend the animal against foreign invaders. Echinoderms. Echinoderms are marine invertebrates including starfish, sea urchins, sand dollars, and sea cucumbers. They have a distinctive appearance with radical symmetry, often organized around a central axis. Functions of coelom. The coelomic fluid directly reaches the organs and tissues within the cavity by a network of connective tissues fibers. It is also closely associated with their water vascular system. The coelomic fluid and the water in the water vascular system are connected by a series of small openings, allowing for the exchange of fluids between the two systems. Vertebrates. Vertebrates are animals with a backbone or vertebral column that encloses and protects the spinal cord. Vertebrates include fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. One of the defining features of vertebrates is their skull and backbone or vertebral column, composed of bone or cartilage, providing support and protection for the brain and spinal cord. Functions of column. Vertebrates' column is divided into several compartments, including the thoracic and abdominal cavities, which contain the significant organs of respiration, digestion, and circulation. The column is lined by a thin layer of mesothelial cells that secrete coelomic fluid. The fluid is similar in composition to blood plasma and contains a variety of electrolytes, proteins, and nutrients. Coming to how coelomates led to the development of more complex organisms. Coelom facilitated more significant movement and more efficient metabolism. These advantages allowed for the evolution of larger and more complex body plans. Please tell us in the comments section what surprised you the most in today's video. Subscribe for more exciting updates.